Good morning, everyone. Hello, good day, and welcome to the program. There's a lot going on today, a lot happening, not only in my life, but in the world. And I like to consider myself a reflection of the world. Whatever you send out, it gives right back. And it's like that endless mirror thing that I find frightening and disturbing. Anyway, let's talk. There's people here already before the chat gets too out of hand. Clincy says, well, hi there, RJ. What you doing, entertainer? Which is what Gal said to me when I got off the ship. She said, hey, entertainer, what you doing? Clint also said, oh, yes, and today is my birthday, if you don't mind me saying. And I do. This is no place for birthdays. Clincy, I'll acknowledge it, but I don't want you to have a happy one now. Leo said, good morning, everyone. Jerry Legend said, make your parents proud and give the video a like on your way in. There are people liking it. And also, not only your parents, but also my parents will be proud if you like the video. So you're really just helping out parents here. Leo said, when was the last time you cut your hair? It is so long. Last year, November, December. But even then, remember I was growing. Thank you for sticking with me during this phase. We were growing out the sides because they were like really short. They were almost buzzed. And now look at them. Now look at how far we've come. And even if I do get a cut, I feel like now, it's like, what am I going to do? She's going to go, bop, 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 bop. She's like, you're done. So maybe I'll get one soon. Sabrina says, good morning, everyone. How are you, RJ? Sabrina, the only reason Sabrina is in here is because she graduated and wants everyone to congratulate her on her graduation. So, which reminds me of a sign I saw once in the graduation party. It said, congrats. Like, congratulations to the graduates. And I thought that was very clever. So, congrats to you. So, Karia says, happy birthday, Clincy. Happy birthday time. Mummer said, good morning, RJ and gang. The old hail hell, the gang's all here. Happy Sunday to everyone. Ty said, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well, mainly because I like this color. And I thought, what is this? Is this sometimes I was looking up shades of green, and some people say it's an olive. But yes and no, because olives have a bunch of different colors, right? It's like 8 different colors. Olive can also be purple, to be fair. And then it was pistachio. And then, pistachio has like 8 different colors too. So that was very difficult to discern today. But I decided on pistachio. I saw enough shades labeled pistachio that I was comfortable saying it. It made me happy. Nell said no ads today. Well, like the video. Yeah, so the least you can do. Chris is using his member emojis quite judiciously. Missy said, good morning, all. Val said, good morning, cult members. And I posted it in the channel members community thing. Val's bingo card thing was happening today. Hope you're all playing along or not. It's up to you. I'm not going to force anyone to play bingo. Singh said, RJ's parents being proud would mean more to me, to be honest. That's fair. You ever have your parents talk about your friends or your relatives like it's clear they wish that was you? They're buying a second house and they're going to gut it out and renovate it, and they're going to rent it. So I think that's great. You hear the subtext. Everyone's congratulating Sabrina. Okay, hi. Okay, hi. Well, hi, says OK Gamer, who's also OK Bread Maker, off making fabulous bread. I've heard tell that there's wonderful footage coming soon, as well as more loaves. Really Jesus-like in the amount of loaves that she has been making. It's over 13. I don't know how many, but what was it? Just fish and bread? And then the water and the wine was that was a separate time entirely. He was quite a trickster. Missy said, Sabrina's so proud of you. Isn't that nice? Patrick Broom said, hello, Mr. City. Everyone's congratulating Sabrina. I don't need to read those. Daniel said, in that case, would popping a woody be considered extending an olive branch? Well, especially if it's to a woodpecker. Blumini is here. Good morning, all. Mummer said, "Hail, hail, the gang's all here" is a Mummer staple song, and no more Mummer talk from here on out. Great song. I think the answer is that I'm destined to become a Mummer. I believe Mummer life is in my future. Get me a fez and let's get this going. Oh, Leo has a 60-second scene. You are your mother watching and commentating on you doing a particularly weird 60-second scene request. All right. That's 60 seconds. I'm not talking about me. Okay. But you're not, I don't think you should. It would have been, you know what would have been a better idea is if you started it again, even though it's live, but well, now you're just not going to be monetized. So I don't see why you would bother. They bought a second place and they're renovating it and they're gutting it out and they're renting it. And you're doing this. You can apply for a review, but they're not going to monetize it. You're lucky if this even stays on the channel. You should really, really be ashamed of yourself. Well, at least light it better. What a shame. And scene. Oh, Lord. Okay. Nail says, does anyone own the RJCD? I posted it in the members community that I made a CD so long ago to sell as a joke, and I did sell them. I made 10 copies. I only found one. So I know I sold a couple. I don't know if I sold. Do I have something on my eye? Or is it just, no, I'm good. So Nails is now on the hunt for the actual CDs. I can't play it because I don't even have a CD player, unfortunately. Kimbo Grand says hello. Michelle said good morning, y'all. Hope everyone's having a beautiful, it's a beautiful lady. SM said, RJ, do you think Richard Wagner killed Natalie Wood? I'm going to need you to clarify your definition of killed. I'm not sure if he's innocent. Don't think he's completely guilty. Leo said, do my super chats come up in pounds or dollars to everyone? They come up in pounds, Leo. So quite frankly, I had no idea how much I'm getting. I just know, oh, that's fun. Oh, another 60-second scene. Spot Center said, a greenhorn. Ask for a greenhorn. Ask you for tips on getting booked. You give greenhorn all the wrong ways to get a promoter's. Okay, 60 seconds. Okay, you know what? The whole respecting, the whole introducing yourself, out the window. Okay? You're going to know who you are when they feel you. You walk into, first of all, every door in that building, don't push or kick it open. Even if it's like unlocked and whatever, it's not a big deal. You kick it open. You understand me? This is how it's going to work. Because people are going to take notice of you. You walk up to the promoter and you say, hey, let's chain wrestle, buddy. Tight lock up and jerk around his neck a little so he gets like a strain here, And then you put him in a hammer lock. You're like, I could break your arm right now. Whisper it in his ear. And everyone, if somebody tries to stop you, you say, hold it. All you say is just hold it. You say, I could break your arm right now. And I won't do that because you're going to book me and you're going to put the belt on me. And then I'm not going to lose it. If you want to put the belt on someone else, I'm just going to get sick. I have a lot of sound advice that I've heard over the years. Mysterious says, I see pounds, Leo. Sabrina wants to know, where's my CD? I only have one. We got to find out who the hell bought these CDs. Daniel said, had a woodpecker in my chimney last week. It made the house sound like a vibrator. They are. Like, it's so ridiculous. Go out for a walk, you hear a woodpecker, you're like, I see how the cartoon, that makes sense. Not that much of an exaggeration. It's incredibly annoying. Mummer Life said, what modern or TV classic show should have a wrestling episode? Well, I did just talk about the Frasier reboot. And he should be there should be a comedy of errors where he has to now make an entrance as the Undertaker. I think that would be perfect. In terms of classic TV shows, I would say maybe Cheers. Could have done a bar wrestling kind of thing. Put like a low ring in the bar. It would be a hoot. Aaron said, morning friends, missed last week, but I'm back and eating a crumpet. I had a crumpet a couple weeks ago, and I went, oh my. I haven't had this in so long, and they're good. And, the thing with an English muffin is that it wants you to make a sandwich. The same thing with toast, it wants you to make a sandwich. A crumpet does not want you to make a sandwich. A crumpet has to be eaten in odd numbers. That's the way it should be. It should come in packs of 3 or 5 or 7 because they're meant to be enjoyed one at a time. That whole top of it is just so bizarre. Craig said, what are CDs again? That's what I have. It's not in my house. I have no way to take the music off of it. Daniel said, Grey's Anatomy Triage Battle Royal. Last patient not tossed out gets all the transplants and gets to hit someone with the Sandra RKO. I see it and I raise you. Neil said, perhaps Clarence or Michelle has. I sold these CDs a while ago, so I don't even know. I don't know if this group exists anymore. I don't know quite who would have them. Kim said, who's your pick for the main event at AEW Revolution? The Explosions. Leo said, pounds is worth more money than dollars, so you get more money. Well, it depends what dollars you're now talking about. Are we talking about Canadian or are we talking about US? I don't quite know. Nell said, beat him up, get booked. Daniel said, hold it. There's not another rest stop at 30 miles. Chris, I've never actually had to, I've become very close. I've had to hold my genitals in my hand while driving to keep them from, you just got to you just put your hand in your crotch and you're like, maybe this will stop it. But I've never actually had to pee in like a bottle or something while driving. I've always been able to find a rest stop, but the actual trick is when you see a rest stop, you just pee, even though you don't have to go that badly. You always have to go. You can always pee a little. So utilize them. SM said, you're already drinking coffee? That reminds me, SM, I got this wonderful gift from a darling man. Where there's wonderful. Is this what they're all from? I want to show off these gifts I got. So first of all, I got 3 coffees. Grounds and Hounds coffee. Alpha blend, wake up, brew, rescue, repeat, which is adorable. So every cup helps a pup. And, let me read this. Grounds and Hounds Coffee Company is born out of passion to give back to loyal pups to provide us with so much happiness each day. How this brew benefits rescue. 20% of all profits generated by this bag of coffee are used to fund life-saving animal rescue initiatives nationwide. By funding programs ranging from food subsidies to microchipping, we work to ensure the impact of your purchase makes a tangible difference for a pup in need. Join us on our mission to change the world for every pup, one cup at a time. Visit us at groundsandhoundscoffee.com. And this is nice. This is this one here. It's called Good Boy. It's a dark roast. And they're all dog-themed. Alpha blend. Fun. And this one has a nice list. I assume it's a Christmassy theme. I'm kind of denoting here. And a wonderful... This is adorable. This is a nice little note card thing. It's typed up. Who deserves this more than you, RJ? If you would have asked Kenyon, he would have said nobody. I did one show with Kenyon. He was incredibly nice. Enjoy, my good boy, because you certainly are the alpha dog. And this is really hot on the dog puns, Ken. Thank you for entertaining me and my family from day one. Although I don't know if it's day one. I wasn't there the moment your children were born. You know what I'm saying? Even more thanks for the past year spending your time every Sunday. Ken, that is so sweet. And I want to thank you. And go enjoy some Grounds and Hounds. And let me press. Let me press here. Shall we? I did not press the coffee already. I'm pressing it now. Oh, that's a nice sound. Wet one. My eyes will come into frame eventually. There we are. Hello, everyone. Oh, this one takes a little pressing and twisting. I don't know if you can see with this the bottom hand here. I'm twisting it. Helps get everything down. There we go. Good stuff. Chris said, I've got a CD player. 5-disc slaughter with 2 cassette holes and Bluetooth capability. I remember my uncle's car had like the multiple, you could put 10 CDs and play them. And then you had to remember which CD was in which number. It was not, we went through quite a time. Daniel said, Daphne comes in and hits Frasier with Muda Mist or hits him with a Daphne moon salt. Niles does commentary. Sabrina says, does your laptop have a slot where you can pop in DVDs or CDs? No, none of my laptops do. I haven't had one of those in so long. Mama Life said, Cheers versus Gary's Old Town Tavern is a great idea. Or maybe the Regal Beagle can get involved. There's plenty of options here. SM said, Sandra RKO is great. Craig said, I think a wrestling episode of Supernatural would be pretty funny. I know, and I'm getting to it on my list. There's an episode of Grimm, but I don't even know that show, really. Next week is a weird one. That's all I'm going to say. That's like, whoa, that's a lot of weirdness that I don't feel like we've talked about yet, the mainstream wrestling episode community. So I'm happy to delve into it. Spot Center said, what's the wrestling game plan versus Big Bird? Is he the El Gigante of Sesame Street? Yes, and he has very weak legs because his upper body is so big and his feet are so big, but he doesn't seem to really have knees. Got to take out those legs. Chop block, all that kind of thing. Work the legs, not the foot, the leg. Ricky said Psych was on USA, so a lot of wrestlers had guest spots. I do remember that. Wrestling themed episodes would have been really fun, though. You think they would just makes the world, but they're like, we already do wrestling on USA, and I got to go on another show and still wrestle. You know, let's change it up a little. Neil said, I want to drink coffee that helps pups. Tom said, my sister got me that coffee for Christmas, and it's really good. Isn't that nice? Aaron said, adorable. Craig Beckwith said, I will go with the alpha. Well, don't we all? Spot Center said, I wasn't expecting a commercial for Grounds and Hounds. You like Dark Roast. That's a few of their collections. Spot Center, thank you. This is so sweet. And I like them all dark. And I also will be interested to go through the differences of the darks. That is adorable. Mama says, Grounds and Hounds, coffee with a heart of gold. I will be buying. Look at this. Look at all these people. See, Spot Center, the people we're helping. Not just the dogs. We're helping people helping dogs. My apologies, Spot Center. The coffee is from Spot Center. Enjoy it. I'm going to enjoying it. That's who sent the coffee, Nails. It's incredibly sweet. I am touched, and nana to you. Todd said, when is RJ City going to be in an exploding barbed wire death match? I was in one a while ago, and it fizzled out. Leo said, you can get a USB CD drive. I'm going to have to look into it. This is a lot just for this one fucking CD. Neil said, I don't want to see RJ bleed or be bruised. Blue Meanie said, your pistachio underwear accentuate your pistachio nuts. Okay, I'll see myself out. Thank you. I'm just happy they have no mold over them, you know? They are fresh and they're ready to be cracked. Sabrina said, I need to hear this CD. Daniel said, we put him in a sumo suit, Nails. Craig said, I know, Nails, we can't mess up the $1 million face. It's in shambles already. Chris said, Grimm was filmed here in Portland, Oregon. Revenge said, Dear RJ, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The answer is 8. Caitlin said, unrelated to everything, but y'all are my people apparently. So in May, I'm finally starting university for biochemistry and molecular biology. I'm heckin' pumped. Dear Lord. That's a lot. Pick one and end it. Either the biochemistry or the molecular biology. Because between you and me, not really a fan of the molecular, not a big molecule guy. The biochem, you know me, I love biochem. Love books and things and cells. Molecular is like very 90s. Anyway, congratulations. I'm not congratulating, you're just starting this. Good luck to you. Mysterious Spaceman said the closest thing to Frasier wrestling episode was when Kelsey Grammer complained about WWE filming Tough Enough next to his house or something, and The Rock cut a promo on Frasier and Niles on Raw. I have to look that up. I also saw a clip yesterday of Bob Backlund running into the stands and tripping and falling hard, and I had never seen it before, and I was upset that I had never seen it. Spotsman said, did you get that sexy old school wrestling card that I begged my girlfriend to part with? It's early 80s-ish. Yes, I did. I left it upstairs. Now I'm going to have it for next week. That and my favorite is the foil napkin from King of Old School style coffee. Steve Carino's coffee. It was I like the foil napkin. It's quite an expense. It's like he ran a really fancy hotel. I will show this off next week. Thank you for reminding me. And thank you, period. It was very sweet of you. And let's enjoy. Val said, hell yes, Caitlin, we're proud of all our cult members. I'm taking full responsibility for that. Leo said, can you say the word sex on here? No. Good for you, Caitlin, said SM. Biochem isn't easy. Molecular biology, on the other hand, I think is a bit of a scam. There we go. This sounds nice and dogged. Give it a nice. See, the nice thing about cold brew coffee, when you make dark cold brew coffee, you can taste the different flavors. It's not so overwhelming and hot and burning, you know? You can bring out the accents, which is so nice. Mama said, Dan Caitlin. Oh, we did this already. Spot Center said, it could get you demonetized, though. I don't think there's mid-ring penetration. It's an incredibly erotic photograph. I also know those trading cards would come with like a dusty pack of gum, bubble gum, like a stick, just one stick. And maybe a year ago or something, I was at a store and they had those very same cards. Bought them, opened them, had to eat the gum. And they just went like and disintegrated. Mama said, gotta love WrestleBox. That's exactly where I saw it. Leo said, did that Kelsey Grammer thing actually happen? Now I feel like it did. I'm going to certainly have to look it up. Caitlin said, I'll speak with them about dropping the molecules just for you. Like, you know, if they can. I want to rock the boat, but I don't think it's necessary to your degree. Michelle said, Nails, are you implying that I'm old because I still have CDs? Your implication would be right, and I need an RJ CD. As the old lady in the group, I think I deserve it. Let me find out how to take the songs off of the CD. And then I'll do whatever. Daniel said, wait, Carino made coffee? Where? Look up at King of Old School Coffee. It's delightful. There's various blends. I did a whole episode about it. I have the mug. Now I have the napkin. Spot Center said, stop calling me sweet. Thank you. Okay, fine. Sweet Center. Ricky Lynn said, love the nanny mug. You know, I don't know if you guys know about this, but she was working at a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, and her boyfriend kicked her out in one of these crushing scenes. Where was she to go? What was she to do? She was out on her fanny. Okay? Over the bridge to Flushing to the Sheffield store. She was there to sell makeup, but the father saw more. She had style. She had flair. She was there. And that's how she became the nanny. Who would have guessed that and that part I can't remember, was just exactly what the doctor prescribed. Now the kids are actually smiling. Watch out, CC. And I don't remember this other line. Wanna be. She's the lady in red when everybody else is wearing tails. Tails? No, she's the lady in red when everybody else is wearing tan. The flashing girl from Flushing. The nanny named Fran. They sing too fast. Leo said the Danny Doring coffee is fantastic. You should try it. I should try it. I actually once had coffee with Danny Doring. I turned him on to the butter coffee, the bulletproof coffee in Whole Foods. We had it together once, and it was nice. It was fun. Val said, I have some old baseball card bubble gum. I'm supposed to be sending it to somebody that requires me to go to the post office, but oof, I wish they would pick it up. Blue Meanie wants the CD. I have full faith that Blue Meanie has a fully functioning CD player. Christina still has CDs. Chris said, I'm 25 and I have 100 or so. I have CDs. I have a bunch of CDs. I just don't have that player, like a player in a way where I could, like a player in a computer. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have the drive in my computer. Mama said the nanny would have had a great wrestling episode, and Cece would have got the shit beaten out of her, as she often did on that show. Sabrina said, make a second album. Yeah, it was the first one was such a hot seller. Craig said, I say, have a case full of CDs. What? I have I see. But my car's CD player doesn't work. I know, so you should just throw them out the window. Daniel said, CC versus Fran, baby oil pudding in a cell. I would rather see Niles the butler. Was his name also Niles? How many fucking Niles can you have on TV at the same time? Nell said, I can't win bingo as you press the coffee too early. So sorry. You won't get the grand prize. Craig said, somebody need to send RJ a CD player. I have a CD-ROM. That's the name of the Jesus. Mysterious Spaceman said, who would win a wrestling match? Niles from the nanny or Niles from Frasier? Yeah, they're both Niles. I would say Niles from the nanny. Seems to have the more, in my estimation. Thing was hissing at me. Neil said, I'm going for a line instead of a full house. Well, you're going to be fine. We still have quite a ways to go. Daniel said, they make external disk drives that will connect through ports. Yeah, and now I got to look the whole thing up. Chris wanted to see CC Babcock versus China or Jazz. Some fantasy booking. Leo said, like I said, USB CD drive, it is the answer to this problem. Let me see how expensive it is. Chris said Niles was the butler. SM said definitely won't be getting bingo today. Too many people absent and absent-minded. Leo said exploding barbed wire. What about explosive diarrhea deathmatch? And then you put Tums on a pole. Neil says, can Jessamine help with the CD situation? I feel like she would have lots of gadgets. I would assume she does in that kind of Urkel-y Grandpa Monster kind of sense. Knows how to fix it. I'm sure she has something. Here's a scene. John Travolta and Tony Danza talk to each other for 60 seconds at dinner at an Italian restaurant. All right. Hey, man, Tony, it's so good to see you. Thank you for coming. Sit down with me. Maybe have some, linguine or ravioli or something like that. It's good to see Mona, Samantha, Angela. I can only say names as Tony Danza. I'm going to have some pasta. I think it would be really good. It would be a really good thing to do. Have a little pasta, a pesto. It would be like a pesto pasta. Yeah, man, that's a good idea. But sometimes, for me, I like a good cream. Not me. It's got to be pesto, just maybe a little butter, a little olive oil, and a pesto. I think it would be great. And maybe a brio, a pasta, pesto, brio, and that's all I need. Yeah, that's a good, Italian drink. Sometimes when you go to coffee places, they have let's say it's an Italian soda, but it's just like a seltzer water, and they'll put the flavor shots of syrup in it. It's nice and seen. And I had to scramble for a functioning Tony Danza. Christina said, the USB CD-ROM is cheap too. I have one. All right. Fuck. Everyone stop yelling at me. Mysterious Spaceman said, have you heard Tony Danza's Great American Songbook album? He sings just like he talks. Tremendous. Strangers in the Night. I remember his talk show. He had a daytime talk show. I think anytime there will be a really popular talk show that ends, there'll be a bunch of people that scramble to like fill that slot because that audience is up for grabs. And after I think Rosie O'Donnell's show ended, there was like this mini explosion, and Martin Short had one, and Tony Danza had one. I know a bunch of other people. And then, of course, like after Oprah, there was like just an explosion when she ended. And then she doesn't. Then she comes back, which is kind of fucking annoying. Pick a lane, lady. Somebody said, was he saying the names from Mambo Number 5? No, but also maybe yes. Mona, Angela, Samantha. I don't think this is Samantha in Mambo Number 5. Those are the names from Who's the Boss, damn it. Stink said, this is basically my dinner with entree. This is my pesto with Tony. Daniel said, next week, Tony Danza has a midlife crisis and questions whether or not he's really the boss of anything. That was, I had a bit, a stand-up bit that was, Tony, she hired you. She's the boss. There should be no question here at all. Sabrina said, I went to DQ on Friday and ordered myself that mint Oreo blizzard. It was delicious. It's my favorite, especially in the summer when they come out with the cotton candy blizzard. Keep your eye on them, because if they don't do this with the blizzard, you get it for free. If they don't show you it's so thick that it goes upside down, you get it for free. Keep your eye on them. Patrick said, any TV show streaming suggestions? Look, I don't know what you are into. I loved the Larry Sanders Show. The last show that I watched like linearly in that sense was the Larry Sanders Show. I thought it was great. Also on my list is Maniac Mansion. I want to go through each episode. I don't think it's streamable in the same sense. Nevertheless, those are my two recommendations. Blue Meanie said Tony Danza did a show as a teacher that was filmed here in Philly. But wasn't it a reality show? Wasn't he actually like a substitute teacher? I'm going back to teach these kids. But it was like a reality. I don't think it was like a sitcom, right? And does anyone remember when Billy Connolly took over at head of the class? Was he in head of the class? Am I losing it? These things were real, right? I also have another question I'll ask after I get through these comments. Brandon Doty said, you're the perfect stranger. David Spalke wouldn't work without your exquisitely humble and brave work as his cousin Larry. In many ways, I'm the Mark Lynn-Baker of his life. Actually, my dear friend Jason Agnew pointed this out to me yesterday or a couple days ago. Originally, it wasn't Cousin Larry. It was Cousin Louie, because in the unaired pilot episode, it was played by Louie Anderson, it was Bronson Pinchot and Louie Anderson, but Louie was kind of seems to be a totally different character than Cousin Larry. And you know, I'm sure it was more to suit his personality. Nevertheless, it's fascinating. And I saw pictures from it yesterday, and I was flummoxed. Something to think about. We always forget how popular Louie Anderson was as a stand-up. And it is weird that he didn't get his own show. So you can see where like that worked. And then I thought Life with Louie, the cartoon, was pretty good too. Mysterious Spaceman said, you got to pronounce blizzard without the R. You got to say blizzard. Sabrina said, I tried the cotton candy blizzard last year and it was okay. Oh, well, good for you. Daniel said, cheesecake blizzards are the truth. You can also just get them to put the cheesecake bits in like anything. See, Sokaria said cotton candy blizzard is top tier. SM said, I prefer Sonic ice cream treats over DQ. We don't really have that much Sonic here. I'm not that familiar. Daniel said, thank you. Billy Connolly was the teacher and head of the class after Howard Hessman left the show. Thank you. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. Mummer said Connolly was a new teacher and head of a class. And then when that ended, I think they gave him his own show, Billy, or the Billy Connolly Show or something like that. Leo said, I own the RJ City Stairway to Obscurity t-shirt and only found out what it was a reference to yesterday. That shirt has more meanings than just one. It is a reference to a show that I am in love with called Stairway to Stardom. It was a public access talent show, I guess, in New York. And basically everything is online. I don't know who watched it at the time, but at least whoever had these tapes was smart enough to put them online because they are incredible. They are without a shadow of doubt the worst acts I've ever seen in my life, but in such an endearing way. I've researched the show, and it turned out to be the show was like a scam. Where like if you wanted to come on, the hook was come on and do your act, your dancing or your music or your stand-up or whatever, and you never know what agents and managers are watching. Big wigs in New York and Broadway and Hollywood. So you have to pay a producer's fee. So if you wanted to be on the show, you had to like pay $50 or some shit, which is so backwards. But that's how I guess the show continued, by hooking these people. And it's great. It's all on YouTube, and it's great. And Nail said, if you committed murder, would you rather be investigated by Columbo or Jessica Fletcher? Columbo. Absolutely. In every way. It would be great. I would lose, and it would be great. Chris said, am I the only person who remembers the Henry Rollins talk show on IFC? No, you're not. And I also remember, and now I may just be getting them confused, Jim Norton was on the show or was a sidekick or maybe had his own similar talk show on Vice or something. So Karia said, the Sonic in my town is always out of the one thing I came here to order, no matter what it is that I plan to order. They're watching you. Blue Meanie said, yeah, it was a reality show. Now that you mention it, I wasn't sure. Yes, which makes sense. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it there. They would just do it in LA or wherever they have a nice studio. But he wanted the real kids. It was a real, it was real nice. Real head of the class type scenario. I also remember, must have been a Disney TV movie where Tony Danza was a field goal kicker. But he wasn't. It was like The Replacements meets Tony Danza. He was a garbage man, and he was known for kicking garbage bags into the truck. I was going to say, yes, Billy Connolly did that, and I never really enjoyed him there. Yeah, it wasn't the right role. Billy Connolly, I'm sure, somehow managed to die in that role. Yes. Daniel said Angela Lansbury, definitely. Nail said flummoxed is a great word. We should say it more. Chris said, I'm a simple guy. Oreo is my go-to. SM said, love Louis Anderson. Was happy to see him in Coming to America, which apparently is horrible. And nothing gives me better creative confidence than all those people coming together. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio, everybody. It's based already on this hit movie, and then it just sucks. And it makes me go, wow, nobody knows what they're doing. So I can do what I want then. You can't tell me you know better than me. You had all these things and it sucked. No one knows what they're doing. Leo said, anybody see that movie Edge did with Kelsey Grammer? Wasn't it called Money Plane or something? Death Plane? Daniel said, the Loyal Citizens. I read that as Zamuda, as in Bob Zamuda. Val said, the Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough Blizzard is also a seasonal favorite of mine. When you go to the DQ in the States, they have way more options. They'll give you whatever you want. Same thing when you go to like the Walmart in the States. They'll have like 40 different flavors of Oreos. We will have 5 max in Canada. You can't get there like, look at this. It's donut flavored Oreos. Like we'll never see this here ever. Art. Hello, Mr. City. Hello to you, Art Andon. And Art did that wonderful mural of me, comic book mural of my many moods. You can look at his page and so on and so forth. And it's on mine too if you want to click the tag. Go enjoy his art. Go enjoy art. Mysterious Spaceman said, I'm in China. DQ here has the matcha green tea blizzard. It's probably so good. Do they have that in America? To my knowledge, no. I have never heard or seen of that before, but that sounds amazing. Leo said, if you like crappy old game shows, look at British game show Star Quality. Bizarre, and I think it only had one episode. It was so terrible. That's exciting. Also, Wink Martindale's YouTube, he puts up all these old game show pilots that he produced that were just unaired and kind of useless, and it's amazing. Daniel said, but how could you handle dealing with Peter Falk's lazy eye for that long? I couldn't, and that's why I would have to confess. Chris said, I think Norton had his own gig. Okay, thank you. Sabrina said, Matcha Green Tea Blizzard sounds amazing. Laura Esquino said, tell us of YouTube Shorts. If you've seen me posting a bunch of shorter videos that are vertical and labeled #shorts, it's YouTube's short video platform, similar to TikTok and Reels and all this fucking shit. And they're nice to get out one joke things, and then they play them in this little shelf there. So if you do see them, they're all very short, and they'll play one after the other, I think without ads. So click like, enjoy, and then it'll trick YouTube into thinking a lot of people actually enjoy this, and then they show it to more people. That seems to be how the system works. Because a couple of them have like 1,200 views for no reason. They just, you see it. They were just like dead, and it was like, and then they're done. And you're like, okay. Craig said, the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon was the movie you're talking about. I do not remember that title, but now I'm interested. Now I think it's a better movie than it was. The garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. I love it. Patrick Broom said, I missed the Girl Scout tag-along Cookie Blizzard. I never had that, and it also looks fantastic. Spot Center said, was it just the sexy 70 overbite that got Hotsy Tootsie over? Was she indeed a thumb sucker as toy? What? Was she indeed? I don't know. I haven't heard of the sucking of thumbs. I do love the term 70s overbite because I know exactly what you're talking about. She had a jaw like Louise Lasser. Said, I'm not a fan of Eddie Murphy's characters. I was thinking, why does he even need to play other characters? He has enough kids to cast the whole movie. He has 10 now. He should really do the next Cheaper by the Dozen. And it should be him and Steve Martin. And Steve Martin's like, I'm too over being funny. Leo said, what did Leo say? Have I thought about braids or cornrows with hair that long? No. I'm not interested in them at all. It seems like a lot of work. A lot of annoying work. Chris said, believe in yourself because oftentimes folks with the $1 million budgets will screw the pooch. Isn't that true? And it's an expensive dog. Jerry said, do you have Cold Stone Creamery up there? Now, that place does some wild stuff. Yes, it was. Like, it came here, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And then they fizzle out. A lot of that happens here. Krispy Kreme came here, and everyone's like, this is going to be great. And then they also lasted like a year. Spot Center said, did Franklin O'Neill ever draw me? No, but I think I'm hanging at Sardi's. Al Hirschfeld drew me. SM, I missed the pineapple shake from Sonic. They also used to sell dipped cones. Yes, I've had a dipped cone. Mysterious Basement said, Eddie Murphy has a kid with Scary Spice or two, which sounds so fake. And then you're like, no, that's real. Mama said, we have a Tim Hortons coming to our New Jersey town. Will I love it and why? I'm not crazy about the coffee. I think it's like brown water. Also, all the outfits are like shades of beige and brown. It's got like a UPS vibe to it. It's like down home. It depends how close to like the city it is. If it's a little more outside of a little more suburban, I think it'll do okay. Nail said, is Wink Martindale one of the names you made up? No. Wink is real. Wink hosted The Price is Right, I think, before Bob Barker. And I met him and his wife had these glasses that said Wink on the side. Mysterious Spaceman said, favorite Spice Girl, RJ. I came around so hard to Scary and Sporty because as a kid, I didn't like them. I think it was a posh man myself. And then years later, I look back on them as adults, and you're like, those two are great and are still very good. So they've now jumped up on the list. Daniel said, surprisingly, no, Wink Martindale is a real guy. Eddie denied paternity, and they had to get tests to prove it. The big douchebag. I want to see that movie. Stephen Tatum said, paying the dues. Thank you for reminding me. So sweet of you. What? Neil said, is that a black cat statue behind? No, those are knives. Those are knives in the thing. It is now because I can't stop seeing it like that. Spinny said, how are your cats? They are sleeping. They get up very early. They do their business like they got to go to work, and then their work seems to be napping. Val said, you all make me want ice cream I shouldn't eat today. I'm going to have ice cream today, and you've certainly got the okay from me, Val. Also, there's so many different kinds of ice cream out there now that you can do it without feeling horrible. You know what I mean? There's the Halo Top. I like the Natamoo. It's very good. Even Ben & Jerry's has this like lighter now, this thing that's, you just tell it's lighter, obviously, but it's very good. Spicer said, autocorrect and lack of proofreading is killing me today. Well, at least you spelled that correctly. Craig said, I miss our TCBY that we had here. Oh, Ty got very excited about TCBY. Very, very excited. It was her childhood. SM said, Baby Spice was my favorite. I loved her shoes. Laura said, can't find me wallet. Viva Las Vegas. 60 seconds like you acting like a gamer. No, I have to stick to the rules. Don't I act like a gamer when I play video games? By the way, Battletoads is almost over. So hang in there. Singh said, I love Sporty because she did a backflip in the Spice Girls PlayStation game, which is quite the game. I have to look that up. I don't think I've ever played it. Nail said, Canada has some better cereal than the U.S., though. Another Canadian wrestler was nice to send Rob some stuff he couldn't get here. I haven't had cereal in so long. Aaron said, I always picture Wink Yahoo from Uh-Oh. Aaron, Wink Yahoo is played by a guy named Scott Yaffe. And I believe he's the husband of Jessica Holmes, who you might remember. She did Air Force and she had her own show. And now, I think he's a life coach or a Reiki master or something. Got to look him up. Scott Yaffe, Y-A-P-H-E. Spotsner said, Al Hirschfeld reference acknowledged. So no need to bring it up on Twitter later. I learned of him from the Stern Show, maybe in the 90s. The Museum TV and Radio has a wall of Hirschfelds. And Al Hirschfeld is a very distinctive caricature. He would draw celebrities in a very distinct manner. And his wife's name was Nina. And he did these like sharp line drawings, and he would always hide the word Nina at least once in everything he drew. So you always got to find it. So you look at them and you go, this is nice. Then you look closer and you go, where is Nina? Nail said, the knives are the shape of a cat, and I cannot stop looking. Serious Spaceman said, Chikara had an inept commissioner named Wink Vavasour. He rearranged all the teammates using awful Chikara metrics. Good times. That's a last name I would like to repurpose at some point. Val said, I could not find the Pancake Captain Crunch no matter where I looked. I didn't even know that was a thing. Sabrina said, what ice cream are you eating today? I don't know. I'm going to see how I feel, but I do have the non-dairy Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia if I need it. Daniel said, when I was little, I knew someone who worked at Baskin Robbins. So many glorious free samples and wonderful pink spoons. SM said, Halo Top has good flavor, but the texture isn't my favorite. I agree, and it's sometimes better. There are certain flavors that are better than others. Which one do I like? The birthday cake. Mint is always good because peppermint oil is easy to put in anything. So it always tastes like the closest to what mint ice cream would really taste like. Nail said Battletoads is bizarre, and it gets more bizarre. Daniel said no less bizarre than Earthworm Jim, which is another fucking game they should remake. Leo said pesto flavored ice cream, calamari flavored ice cream, Cobb salad cream. I like spumoni and jelly ring. I had jelly ring flavored ice cream once, and I will never forget it. Laura said, okay, gamer, and David Arquette complaining about RJ City. What? Mama said, or Parappa the rapper. I don't. Sabrina said, how's Mama City? When's she coming back? We miss her. She's also napping. She must also be napping. Val Rob said, try serial hookup on Instagram. Those are like sneaker salesmen. Neil said, anyone watching Dalton's Planet Peacock videos, David appeared in the woods and said hello, and it was never referenced again, and I can't stop thinking about it either. I think they ran into each other in the forest. They're both hikers, and you will never see me in those videos. It's not of interest to me. Singh said, you ever had the flash frozen by liquid nitrogen ice cream? You mean like the spaceman shit? Frozen dried strawberries. No. Aaron said, I went to the Stratford Garlic Festival. And they had garlic ice cream, and it was strangely good. I could see that. I also just want to go to the festival now. Mama said, mint makes everything better. So here's a question I wanted to ask before. If anyone could help me with this, it would be greatly appreciated. There used to be, America's Funniest Home Videos, hosted by Bob Saget. That big 90s set, it was like inside a living room. This is what I'm talking about. He sometimes did a segment on the show where he would talk to a cartoon character who was on the TV. There was a TV in the living room, okay? He would look at the TV, and there was this chubby little cartoon character that would talk back to him, but it seemed to be somehow animated live, where it was like a real person going back and forth talking to him. The cartoon moved in a very uncartoon-like way. It wasn't animated like Roger Rabbit. It was clearly moved and projected onto the TV. I don't know how it worked. But he was very chubby. I want to know the name of it. And I want to know the name of that kind of animation. I would like to know the name of that character because I want to look it up. I've been unable to look it up. Sink, is that it? That sounds right. Stretchy McGillicuddy. Holy shit. Does that sound right? That's amazing. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. Stretchy McGillicuddy. I can't wait. Now I can look this up and I can watch them all. Nail said, mint is not a treat. You're all crazy. Mysterious Spaceman said, Bob Saget was also a former commissioner of Chikara. Daniel said, pull a fast one on someone you don't like. Give them a bowl of wasabi. Tell them it's mint ice cream. And it'll cleanse their sinuses. You're actually doing them a favor. Sean said, I'm so sorry I haven't caught any of this today. Slept till like 19 minutes left. Hi, culties. Do what you can do, Sean. There's always a replay that you could sleep through. It's fine. Adam just said Bobby. Sink, fucking Stretchy McGillicuddy. What a horrible name. But thank you. It was like it was made of rubber almost. That's insane. Thank you. I love Tink. How did you know that instantly? That's all I want to talk about now. Adam said, or Louis Anderson's cartoon. Oh, you're talking about Adam. You're talking about Bobby from Bobby's World, which was another good cartoon and better than Howie Mandel ever was, quite frankly. Chris said, Parappa da Rappa was an old PS1 game that featured a cartoon dog rapping, and basically you had to control him and make sure he was on rhythm and impress the crowd. I'm going to also look. I have a whole list today. Daniel said, it's okay, Sean. The note lackey will fill you in. Patrick said, my favorite ice cream is Moose Tracks. That's just like shit in ice cream. It's hard to call that ice cream in itself. Yolanda said, wait a dag minute. Wait, y'all started having Sunday underwear coffee meetings again? Yolanda, where the fuck have you been? We have not stopped at all. Pick up a newspaper. Get with the program, please. Nail said, Sean, I even gave you a 20-minute warning. Spot Center said, I don't know that one, but for a while, the comedian Jeff Altman was the guy on the other end of the phone when it would ring on Letterman. Jeff is famous for the ill-fated Pink Lady and Jeff variety show. That poor guy. And Pink Lady. They all got handed a raw deal. Speaking of Letterman, Stretchy McGillicuddy, that same character, years before, ended up on a Letterman summer special voiced by Chris Elliott named Lucky Pierre. And I think he would continue to do this character. And then I guess Bob, I got to look the whole thing up and see if it's the same people doing it or they just copied the animation and ripped it off. Mysterious Spaceman said Michael McGillicuddy's finisher was the McGillicutter. It's a good name. Can't go wrong there. Sabrina said we need limericks now. You're not getting them. Positively E said hard fist, limp wrist. There's another shirt I have at prowessandtees.com/RJ Sink said you gotta put Stretchy McGill. Oh my God, this guy was everywhere. It's America's Funniest Home Videos. But here's a picture. Well, this is odd. Here's a picture with Alex Trebek and Stretchy. Let me see if I got Stretchy McGill like Bob Saget, maybe. No. I'm not. Is it a video? Do they have the Stretchy McGillicuddy Saget? They don't even have this. Let me get to the bottom of this. The mystery of Stretchy McGillicuddy. Daniel said, first time I saw one of Saget's stand-up specials, I lost it. Danny Tanner was so seen. It was great. I would like to see videos of him before Full House. Laura said, what do you say? I don't know. What do you want from me? The video maker guy said, nice. Nail said, I feel like this Stretchy character is made up and everyone is working me. It was great. It was fantastic. Mama said, Larry Bud Melman is greater than Calvert DeForest, who had also no career basically outside of that show. Positively E said, of course, it was Chris Elliott. I hope he was on payroll. I would love to know if Chris Elliott actually did the voice for Stretchy McGillicuddy on America's Funniest Home Videos. SM said, my feed is choppy. Well, mince it. Fast Food Guido said, Stretchy first appeared also was the titular Malcolm in the Untold Family game show Malcolm, co-starring Alex Trebek. This is insane. This is totally insane. Sabrina said, well, this is a lovely morning stream. Have a lovely day, everyone. Have a lovely graduation, Sabrina. Another great Sunny said, Mummer. Spot Center said, I wonder if there's stretchy porn. Well, if it stretches too far, it snaps. SM said, did he name a price for the hour-long Travolta? No. Yolanda, I thought you was dead ass about not doing this, so I was like, okay. And I slept till noon ever since. What are you talking about? I haven't stopped doing this. Just the only thing that's done is City After Dark. This has been going on for over 3 years now. Yolanda, this one is on you. Positively E said, why, Daniel, why? Neil said, when did he threaten to stop this? Don't play with my emotions. I'll stop it right now. Daniel said, Elliot got the show on Fox, then Cabin Boy, then There's Something About Mary. Elliot got the show on Fox, which was okay. Like, the show was good, but it was doing well in the beginning, ratings-wise, and then second season, I think it was only 2 seasons. Cabin Boy fucking sunk them hard, which sucks. But I think there was quite a few things in between Cabin Boy and There's Something About Mary. I think he would go back to Letterman. There was a period where he was making films for Letterman, short films, and they were fun. Yolanda said, I'm so confused. I blame the network. Which is now, I wonder if these will have to move to Peacock at some point. Positively E said, set your reminders, people. Nell said, I'd live for Sunday mornings. Yolanda is accepting the blame, which is great. Mummer said, and Lily's dad in How I Met Your Mother. Oh, yeah, he's in that too. And he also played Robert Barone's brother-in-law in Everybody Loves Raymond. Steven said, don't make RJ pull his car over, kids. Leo said, what was the creepiest DM a fan has sent you? Have you had an internet stalker? A few. I don't think people have sent. Oh, somebody sent me a nice. It was a couple months ago. Do you also make? That was the. Val sent an alarm for me, and Val also Hold on. Oh, sorry. It said that we were unstable, and now it's better because we have to go. Anyway, thank you, Spot Center, for the coffee and the card and the napkin, which I will show off next week. And thank you, Chris, for stretching McGillicuddy. Bless you. Let the mystery now begin. Let me do. Oh yeah, I got to do this whole thing. You get the gist. Godspeed.